So you're in the calorie deficit, you're doing the 10K steps, you're listening to all of the fat loss advice on the internet, but you look in the mirror, nothing's changed, and you still don't have any abs. What is going on, and how do we fix it? And how do you start doing the right things so we can start fast tracking your progress so you can get a clean set of abs? Well, my friend, you were in the right place. So how long does it actually take to see your abs? You're gonna hate the answer, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It really depends. It depends on your current circumstances, how much body fat that you have. There's a multitude of factors. But because I want to give you a concrete answer, here's how we're going to play this out. So let's say that you're in a 500 calorie deficit, which is what I preach to all of the guys that are inside my mentorship, but that is a nice starting point. And that is going to set you up to lose a pound of fat per week. Now, for example's sake, let's say that you are 30% body fat. From my experience, from what I have seen with my own eyes, we start to see some visible ab action under some okayish lighting. Maybe if you flex and tense in a certain position, we start seeing that early definition once you are around that 15% body fat stage, which is more than attainable for the majority of you that are watching this right now. So providing that everything is perfect, before you can see your abs, you are going to be looking at around 32 weeks. But because this is real life, this is the real world, nothing is ever perfect, I am going to add 5 to 8 weeks onto that. In reality, we're probably going to be looking at 37 to 40 weeks. So now that you know that, what's more important is actually understanding why the majority of people don't even see their abs in the first place. And there are a few reasons. Some of them you may know, some of them you may not, but stick your headphones in and take some notes because you're going to find this very valuable. So the number one reason as to why not many people see their abs is because of impatience. People just do not wait long enough. 37 to 40 weeks can be a long time. So what's the fix for this? I mentioned it in a previous video, but we are going to adopt the Terminator technique. For some reason, if you don't know, Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, big robot guy, he operates in inputs and outputs. On our fat loss journey, we need to become input obsessed, input dependent, focus on what we need to do in order to get the six pack. We do not focus on the output, which is the six pack. I.e., what does this mean for you? You're going to focus on the 10K steps. You're going to focus on the calorie deficit. You're going to focus on heading to the gym. All of that good stuff. What you are not going to focus on is, oh, I'm only at week 15. When am I going to get abs? It's not going to help anybody. It's definitely not going to help you. Next is something that is rarely talked about, in the fat loss space online, and that is going to be expectation management. I want to take you to a period in your life where you were very, very disappointed. Now, I'll share a personal story from me if you can't think of one. When I was younger, some of you may know the YouTuber KSI. He was doing a book signing for his book that he released. Jeez, like this is early KSI back in the day. And there's a bookstore called WH Smith. And he was there doing the book signings, like, oh, I'll let you take a picture with him and whatever. And I remember my friend was in front of me. He went there first. And then I went in. Took the picture, shook my hand, what's up? And then I left. It was great. I got no problems with KSI. I think he's a great guy. He's mega successful. But when I walked away from it, I felt a little bit disappointed. Why did I feel disappointed? Because I expected so much more. At that young age, when I was 13, gosh, I feel old. I didn't really know what I was expecting from that interaction, but for some weird reason, I expected more. And because my expectations were up here, I got let down. Can you see how your expectations being so high can set you up for failure, especially if you don't get what you want? So manage your expectations. Better yet, don't even have any expectations at all. Next is going to be a very, very quick one. It is going to be genetics. Unfortunately, there is not much that I can do with that. I am not a magic voodoo doctor, so I can't change any of that shit. But what you can do to kind of work around this is doing ab exercises, so machine crunches. But how your abs end up looking once you clear the fat, that's down to your parents and God, if you're a believer. So now that you know that, what are some of the reasons why people may quit? And that is because people just aren't committed enough. People love the idea of having a six pack, but they don't necessarily want to commit to the behaviors that are going to get them that six pack. A very easy fix for this, again, easier said than done, but once you start adopting this mentality shift that I'm about to share with you, it is going to become a whole lot easier. And that is, one second, going to be adopting the good old monkey on the shoulder technique. So whenever you are about to do something that you know you shouldn't do, maybe you're about to reach for a snack, go over your calories for no reason whatsoever, you're going to say to yourself, pause, in your head or out loud, you're going to say, is this a good choice? This is going to bring you into the present moment, and you're going to start having that second feeling. Okay, those thoughts creeping into your head like, oh, like, should I really do this? 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do the thing that you weren't supposed to do. Works every time. You can try it right after this video or anytime you want. Now, I've got to be straight and I've got to be honest with you as always. There is a lot more to seeing your abs than some very weird and quirky psychological tactics and building up a little bit of consistency. But if you have found this valuable and you are a fan of my style of teaching and how I carry myself and how I talk to you in these videos, there is more of this inside of the mentorship. Okay, details for that are going to be inside the pinned comment. On every single topic that you need to become lean, aesthetic, become confident, and making your mentality bulletproof. By the time you finish the mentorship and you graduate, you are going to be able to conquer the world. I know there is hesitation when it comes to like courses and programs. So just to protect you, if you don't like it, the worst thing that will happen to you is that you get your money back. More details down below. I'll catch you on the other side.